Oh, bit of stick flying about today. Is it David's last game? David De Gea, and there's Ollie with the likes of, crikey, some big names out of jobs at the moment, isn't there? John is now to look back on last night's disappointment, Europa League final. Is it 2008 Champions League winner with United? John O'Shea joins us. John, good morning.
Morning, John.
Morning, lads. How we doing?
Good.
We're doing well, mate. We're doing well. Watched that game last night, John. I was really surprised, stroke disappointed, just in the overall performance. I mean, you can lose games, we all know that, particularly in penalties. But I just thought the overall performance was really disappointing, John.
Yeah, look, I think Ollie said it after the game, wasn't it? It was a disappointing performance, but for large spells they were dominating. And even when I don't know how you felt when they went a goal down, I thought they were still comfortable. They were kind of in control, very much in control of the game. And Villarreal were sitting back, very defensive performance. And I thought when obviously Cavani got the goal, they'd go on and win the game. But credit to Villarreal. Look, they stuck it out. They were very dogged. Some very good players too. But look, disappointing. Look, especially when you lose on penalties like that, it's a tough one to take.
John, in hindsight, it's very easy, isn't it? You know, maybe he should have changed the goalkeeper, thinking it could be penalties. Maybe they should have made changes in 90 minutes. It's all ifs, isn't it? You know, and if they'd have gone through 2-1, won it 2-1, then we wouldn't be talking about this. But I wonder, will he be thinking this morning, coming back to playing Ollie, or if they're already back thinking what he should have done, what he got wrong? Would you reckon, should he have made one or two changes, a bit of fresh legs on, just to, you know, get them guessing again, Villarreal? Because loads of possession, but not enough chances.
Yeah, exactly. Look, he will be questioning himself. I think the whole team will be questioning themselves for that performance last night, because with that attacking talent on threat, I think Ollie picked that best 11 thinking, right, this team, there's no issues. We're going to win this game with that attacking talent, and that's where probably they look at in the summer for reinforcements as well. Because you're looking at the squad, and it does need improvement. They've always said that, but there has been improvement. Going and beating all season in the Premier League is no mean feat as well. Remember, but it is a disappointing one. There's no hiding that, and they'll have to face up to it.
John, do you think, you know, the managers that you played under would have looked at the game yesterday and certain players not performing and made that change? I know it would have been a big player that had to be brought off, but you look at the bench, Daniel James, Van der Beek, Fred. Do you reckon they should have brought him on earlier, one of them players?
Well, that's the thing, as I just said, Gab, in the sense of, hindsight, looking back at the cup final we played against Arsenal. So Alex was thinking about changing Roy Carroll for Tim Howard before the penalty shootout, and ended up sticking with Roy, and obviously went on to lose the penalty shootout to Arsenal. So look, there's one of the best managers ever made that decision to stick with his keeper. Hindsight, as Alan said, is great. The decisions Ollie made on the night, he was in full belief they were going to be good enough to get the win for the team.
John, see, looking at it, moving forward, I think there's definitely been improvement in United. I don't think anybody could deny that. You know, they have got a level of consistency, finished second to Manchester City. But I think you probably agree, well, certainly we were talking about it earlier, there are massive improvements required if they want to start to take the title away from Manchester City. Where do you see the changes that will have to be made moving forward in United? In particular, Alan touched on it, and it's nothing to do with last night missing a penalty, but is the time now right for the change in the goalkeeper, give Henderson his chance?
Yeah, look, it probably looks like it, in the sense of not just because of, as you said, last night, the reasons going behind with it. Dean Henderson getting plenty of game time towards the end of the season, I'm sure was a kind of a bit of a planner for next season, maybe, to give him that run. And look, David De Gea has been an incredible servant. I would say that the was it 4 years in a row the player of the year. It's not the player that you want to be winning the player of the year, obviously, but it shows obviously where they were.
John, it's hard to believe he hasn't saved a penalty in 35. I just can't get my head around that, because he's a shot stopper, isn't he?
Yeah, look, I'm watching the game last night. My young lad that fell asleep next to me was way past his bedtime. I'm trying to wake him up for the penalties, but I'm there thinking he's going to get close, and he did. There was one just before. I think the two keepers were kind of, look, don't get me wrong, the penalties were quality too, a lot of them. top quality right in the corners. But there was one I thought he got a good hand to, and I thought, that's one he'll. And then that would have gave United the advantage.
John, it's difficult, but Ali touched on it, and I think Harry was a massive miss. I'm not a lover, and I've said this not just last night. Way to start the season when Bailly and Lindelof played together, and I'm like, nah, I don't like this partnership. That's what I think United are going to have to do something.
Yeah, look, that's a lot of people keep mentioning that. I mean, obviously, when the goal they conceded from the wide free kick, there was obviously they could have communicated a bit better. Good work set piece from Villarreal as well. You have to give them a bit of credit on it too. But it's the central area in the midfield too, and at the back and an attacking player. If they can get those improvements in, I think Ollie and the team will be very close again next season.
John, obviously we wanted an English winner last night. We didn't get it, mate. What about the weekend? How do you see that going? It's a big game, eh?
Yeah, huge game. Look, Man City have finished the season very, very strong, and Chelsea have kind of had a few little blips. They kind of scraped into the top four. So look, but they've beaten City twice recently, so they'll have a little edge in their mind going into the game in that sense. But I just see City edging it, but I think Chelsea will push them all the way.
John, just going back on Solskjaer, I've got friends who are Man United fans, disappointed not winning a trophy in so long. How long do you reckon he's got until Man United fans start to get fed up and not winning trophies? Because you won every trophy possible, and that's the Man United that I was used to playing against, always winning trophies. Do you think he's got, next season, or do you think he could be out this season?
No, look, I definitely think that the club will analyse everything and give him the chance to improve the team again, improve the squad, and have full faith in him to carry on the job, because I think he has got. I think Marcus Rashford's interview last night afterwards spoke volumes of how the squad and everyone is together and pushing together, and I think that'll be the case going forward, Gavin.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.